New research finds that Americans waste nearly a pound of food per person each day.
And what may be even more surprising, the healthier the diet, the more waste there is likely to be.
You're in the drive-thru. It's 2:47 p.m. No line. Inside, a crew member pulls fresh fries from the fryer. Golden. Perfect. 7 minutes later, they're in the trash. Nobody ordered them. This isn't a mistake, it's policy. And by tonight, this one location will throw away enough food to feed hundreds of people. We're exposing how much food McDonald's wastes every day and the hidden fee you're paying to cover it. Let's break. Every location throws away 40+ pounds daily. Let's start with one McDonald's, just one location, an average store. Here's what they're trashing every single day. 20 to 30 pounds of French fries. That's not a mistake. 20 to 30 pounds every day. Why? Because fries have a 7-minute holding time. After 7 minutes under the heat lamp, they're considered stale and get thrown away. During slow periods, entire batches expire before anyone orders them. 10 to 15 pounds of meat, burger patties that sat too long, chicken nuggets that dried out, McChicken patties that passed the timer, all of it in the dumpster. 30 to 50 burger buns. Because when you throw away burger patties, the buns go with them. 2 to 4 gallons of soft drinks. From machine cleanings, overfilled cups, and mistakes. Liquid waste that adds up fast. Dozens of complete menu items. Full Big Macs, quarter pounders, Filet-O-Fish sandwiches, already assembled, wrapped, sitting in holding bins when the timer expires. That's per location, per day. These are the kinds of numbers former employees and managers consistently describe. And when you scale them nationally, the totals get obscene. Now multiply that by 13,500 US locations. The math is sickening. 540,000 pounds of food waste per day across McDonald's locations in the US alone. That's 197 million pounds per year, just in America. Just one chain. And here's the part they don't advertise. Every order includes a hidden waste fee. It's baked into the menu price. Go global. 40,000 plus McDonald's worldwide. And you're looking at waste on a scale that could feed cities. And this isn't worst case scenario. This is normal. This is the system functioning correctly. But why does it happen? Why is McDonald's built to waste? The 7-minute fry timer that guarantees trash. Here's the rule that creates millions of pounds of waste. McDonald's French fries expire after 7 minutes. 7 minutes. That's it. After that, they're stale and must be thrown away. Why such a short window? Because McDonald's tested extensively and determined that fries lose their signature crispy texture after about 7 minutes under heat lamps. They go from crispy to limp, from hot to warm, from premium to mediocre. And mediocre fries create customer complaints. Complaints hurt the brand. So McDonald's chose waste over risk. Here's how this plays out in reality. During lunch rush, employees make fries constantly, batches every 3 to 4 minutes. No problem, they sell before expiring. But at 2:47 p.m. on a Tuesday afternoon, the lunch rush ended 15 minutes ago. The next customer might walk in immediately, or in 10 minutes. Nobody knows. So the employee makes a batch of fries just in case. They sit under the heat lamp. 3 minutes pass, 5 minutes, 7 minutes. Timer beeps. Nobody ordered fries. The entire batch, maybe 2 to 3 pounds, goes in the trash. The employee immediately makes another batch, because if a customer walks in 2 minutes from now and has to wait 4 minutes for fresh fries, they'll complain. So you keep fries ready constantly, and you throw away the ones that don't get ordered in time. This happens dozens of times per day at every location. It's not one bad manager. It's standard operating procedure. And here's what makes this impossible to defend. In parts of Europe, McDonald's partners with food programs and waste drops. In the US, straight to the dumpster. Same company, same fries, different standards. McDonald's could eliminate this waste. Make fries to order. Tell customers, your fries will be ready in 3 minutes. But that violates the speed promise. That risks complaints. That loses customers to competitors. So they chose waste. They decided throwing away millions of pounds of potatoes per year is cheaper than making customers wait 3 minutes. The fries are the worst, but everything has a timer, and every timer creates waste. Real quick, if you're shocked by how much McDonald's is deliberately wasting? Hit that like button and subscribe, because the next part proves this isn't waste. It's strategy. The burger that's too old at 16 minutes. Burgers and sandwiches have holding times too, usually 15 to 20 minutes depending on the item. A Big Mac assembled and placed in the holding bin has 15 minutes before it must be discarded. Quarter Pounders? Same. McChickens? 20 minutes. Here's the problem. Predicting burger demand is impossible. Let's say it's 6:15 p.m. Dinner rush is starting. An employee makes 5 Big Macs and puts them in holding. Smart move. Dinner customers will order them. But what if there's a Little League game that night and families go out for pizza instead? What if it's raining and fewer people go out? What if everyone orders Quarter Pounders instead? Those Big Macs sit 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Timer expires. All 5 go in the trash. Not because they're unsafe. A 16-minute-old burger isn't dangerous. The meat is cooked, the bun is fine, the cheese is melted, but corporate policy says 15 minutes is the quality threshold. After that, the bun might be slightly soggy. The burger might not be piping hot. It might be 85% as good as a fresh one. McDonald's won't accept 85%, so they throw it away. Meanwhile, the employee makes 5 fresh Big Macs to replace the discarded ones. The cycle continues. Every transition period between breakfast and lunch, lunch and dinner, dinner and late night creates massive waste as the menu changes and old inventory expires. And here's the kicker. Sometimes employees throw away food with time remaining just to make room for fresh batches. Better to trash a burger with 5 minutes left than run out during a sudden rush. The system is designed for speed and consistency. Waste is just collateral damage. But the waste isn't just food. There's another layer nobody talks about. The packaging waste multiplier. Every discarded burger comes wrapped. Every trashed fry comes in a container. Every dumped drink comes in a cup with lid and straw. When McDonald's throws away food, they're also throwing away massive amounts of packaging. Paper/cardboard, burger wrappers, sandwich boxes, fry containers. Thousands per location per day. Plastic, drink cups, lids, straws, condiment packets. Much of it single-use plastic that takes centuries to decompose. Mixed materials. Many McDonald's packages use plastic-lined cardboard or mixed material construction. These can't be recycled and don't decompose properly. And here's the disturbing part. Much of the discarded food is still wrapped. An employee makes a burger, wraps it, puts it in holding. Timer expires. The wrapped burger goes directly into the trash without ever being opened. So you have organic food waste sealed inside non-biodegradable packaging. In landfills, the organic material can't decompose properly because it's trapped. The packaging creates a preservation effect that makes the waste problem worse. The environmental cost multiplies. It's not just wasted food, it's wasted resources to produce packaging, wasted energy to manufacture it, and environmental damage from both the food and packaging in landfills. Packaging waste might actually exceed food waste in terms of long-term environmental impact. But McDonald's rarely mentions it. They talk about reducing food waste. They don't talk about the mountains of plastic and cardboard that go along with it, and they definitely don't talk about what all this waste costs them, or rather, what it would cost them to change. The make-to-stock system that forces waste. McDonald's operates on a make-to-stock model for most items. That means food is prepared before customers order it. Walk up to the counter, order a Big Mac. The employee reaches into the holding bin and hands you one that was made 7 minutes ago. You get your food in 30 seconds. You're happy. Fast service. But make-to-stock guarantees waste. The alternative is make-to-order. Food isn't prepared until you order it. Your Big Mac is assembled fresh after you pay. Takes 2 to 3 minutes. Longer wait, but zero waste. Every burger made is a burger sold. McDonald's has tested make to order for certain items. Quarter Pounders are now cooked to order at many locations. This reduced waste dramatically for that specific item, but they can't do it for everything. Why? Because customers won't wait. Imagine walking into McDonald's at lunch rush. You order a combo meal. The employee says, "Your burger will be ready in 3 minutes, fries in 4 minutes, drink immediately." You're annoyed. You came to McDonald's for speed. If you wanted to wait, you'd go somewhere else. Multiply that annoyance by thousands of customers. Some leave without ordering. Some complain online. Some go to competitors. McDonald's loses sales. So they stick with make to stock for high volume items, which means making food before it's ordered. standard, which means surplus, which means waste. The system is optimized for customer satisfaction and speed. Waste is the trade-off they've accepted, and employees, they're caught in the middle of this impossible system. The employees who watch food hit the trash. Imagine you're working at McDonald's. You're making $12 an hour. You're struggling to pay rent. You're worried about grocery bills. And your job is throwing away perfectly good food. All day, every day. Burgers you just made, fries you just cooked. Nuggets that are hot, safe, and delicious. Straight into the garbage because a timer said so. Meanwhile, you can't afford to eat. You're literally hungry, watching food you prepared get trashed. McDonald's policy is clear. Employees cannot eat expired food, cannot take it home, cannot give it away. When the timer expires, it's destroyed. This policy exists to prevent employees from over-preparing food intentionally to take home. McDonald's worries that without this rule, workers would game the system. But the result is absurd. Employees watch food go to waste while they're struggling financially. The company would rather trash food than let their underpaid workers eat it. Some managers look the other way. Some allow employees to eat mistake orders or food during closing shifts. But officially, it's fireable to eat expired food. Former employees describe being forced to pour coffee on edible food before throwing it away, not because it was unsafe, but to make sure nobody could eat it. One worker said, "I was homeless for 3 months while working at McDonald's. I watched hundreds of burgers get thrown away while I was starving. It broke something in me." In that system, hunger doesn't count as a metric, and the waste doesn't stop at expired food. There's another category most people never think about: the mistakes that get trashed immediately. Beyond expired food, there's another massive waste stream: mistakes. An order gets made wrong. Someone ordered no pickles, got pickles. Customer wants a remake. The wrong burger can't be served. It goes in the trash. A cashier inputs the wrong item. Kitchen makes a Big Mac. Customer wanted a quarter pounder. The Big Mac is perfectly fine. Still gets trashed. During rush periods, employees sometimes make extra items anticipating orders. If those orders don't materialize, the extra food becomes waste. Here's how often this happens. Former managers estimate that 5 to 10% of all food prepared becomes waste from mistakes alone. That's separate from timer expirations. On a busy day with 2,000 transactions, mistakes might account for 100 to 200 items, all trashed. Some mistakes are legitimate errors, but some are strategic waste. Employees know that if they accidentally make the wrong item, they might be allowed to eat it or give it to a regular customer. McDonald's knows this. They know employees game the system, but cracking down too hard creates morale problems. So they tolerate a certain level of mistake waste. The result? Food gets trashed that was never expired, never spoiled, never unsafe. Just wrong according to the order ticket. And all of it counts against food cost. All of it impacts profitability. All of it is factored into pricing. You're paying for the waste. Every burger you buy is slightly more expensive because McDonald's builds waste into their cost structure. But the waste has a purpose, a reason McDonald's accepts it, and it's not what you think. Why waste is actually cheaper than alternatives. Here's the business calculation McDonald's makes. Option A, reduce waste by switching to make to order. Food is prepared after customers order, near zero waste, but service is slower. Customers complain. Some leave. Sales drop by an estimated 5 to 10%. Option B, keep make to stock. Accept waste. Maintain speed. Keep customers happy. Sales remain high. The math: if waste costs McDonald's $50,000 per location per year, but switching to make to order costs them $200,000 in lost sales, waste is cheaper. McDonald's did this calculation. Waste 1. Same with holding times. They could extend the fry timer from 7 minutes to 15 minutes. Waste would drop dramatically, but some customers would get slightly less crispy fries. Complaints would increase. Brand perception would suffer. The cost of decreased brand perception exceeds the cost of wasted fries. So they keep the 7-minute timer. Every policy that creates waste exists because the alternative costs more. not in food cost, but in customer satisfaction, sales, and brand value. McDonald's isn't ignorant of the waste. They've studied it extensively. They've chosen it because in their analysis, waste is the cheapest option. It's cheaper than slower service, cheaper than inconsistent quality, cheaper than employee theft prevention through different policies. The waste isn't a problem to fix. It's a solution to other problems, and that realization makes the whole thing more disturbing. But surely they donate the excess, right? Feed hungry people instead of dumpsters? Not even close. Why McDonald's won't donate expired food? Here's the obvious solution. Food that's about to expire? Donate it. Partner with food banks, homeless shelters, charities. Feed people instead of landfills. Some McDonald's locations do this, but most don't. Corporate policy discourages it. Why? The official reasons? Food safety liability. McDonald's claims that once food passes the holding time, they can't guarantee safety and won't risk donation. That explanation doesn't hold up. A 16-minute-old burger isn't unsafe. It's just not up to McDonald's quality standards for paying customers. Logistical complexity, coordinating with charities, training staff, managing pickups. McDonald's claims it's too complicated. Translation: it costs money with no return. Liability concerns. They worry about being sued if donated food makes someone sick. The Bill Emerson Good Samaritan Food Donation Act, 1996, protects donors from liability. McDonald's has legal protection. They choose not to use it. The real reasons: it costs money. Donation requires staff time, coordination, and administration. These are costs with zero revenue benefit. McDonald's won't spend money on charity if it doesn't improve the bottom line. Brand control. McDonald's obsesses over brand image. They don't want their food associated with charity food or poor people food. They want premium perception. Donation undermines that. The training customers fear. If people know McDonald's gives away food at certain times, some might wait for free food instead of paying. This fear is probably overblown, but corporate worries about it. So McDonald's chose the simple solution: throw everything away. No donations, no discounts, no exceptions. Food that could feed thousands of people daily goes to landfills, because feeding people doesn't generate profit. And the environmental consequences? McDonald's has calculated those too. The methane mountain in every landfill. All that wasted food doesn't just disappear. It goes to landfills. And in landfills, organic waste creates a massive environmental problem: methane. When food decomposes without oxygen, anaerobic decomposition, it produces methane gas, a greenhouse gas 28 times more potent than CO2 for trapping heat. McDonald's 197 million pounds of annual US food waste adds up to tens of thousands of tons of greenhouse gases, the equivalent of thousands of cars running all year, just from McDonald's food waste. Just in the US, just one chain. Go global, and the numbers become catastrophic. McDonald's food waste contributes measurably to climate change. The waste also requires resources that were consumed to produce food that never fed anyone. Water, millions of gallons to grow wheat, raise cattle, process ingredients. Land, thousands of acres dedicated to food production that becomes garbage. Energy, electricity, and fuel for growing, harvesting, transporting, processing, and cooking. Emissions, carbon footprint from every stage of production. All of that effort, all those resources, all that environmental impact for food that ends up in a dumpster. Environmental groups have pushed McDonald's to address this. The company has made commitments to reduce waste, increase composting, and improve sustainability. But the core model, make to stock with strict holding times, remains unchanged. All the sustainability initiatives are at the margins. The fundamental waste generating system continues, because changing the system would require sacrificing speed and consistency, and McDonald's has decided the environment matters less than quarterly earnings. The waste creates another problem too, one that happens right outside the restaurant. The dumpster ecosystem McDonald's created. Behind every McDonald's is a dumpster, and that dumpster is an ecosystem. Late at night, homeless individuals arrive. They know the schedule. They know when food gets trashed. They pick through the dumpsters looking for recently discarded items. McDonald's throws away perfectly good food because it's 16 minutes old. People eat that food out of dumpsters because they're hungry. The food is safe enough for trash eating, but not safe enough for donation, according to McDonald's. The dumpsters also attract pests, rats, raccoons, possums. All that food waste creates infestations. McDonald's locations with poor waste management become pest magnets. This creates public health issues in surrounding neighborhoods. Rodent populations explode, disease vectors increase, communities suffer while McDonald's profits. Some locations have tried to prevent dumpster diving by locking bins or adding fencing. This doesn't stop the waste. It just stops hungry people from accessing it. Other locations quietly tolerate it. Managers know people are taking the food. They look the other way. It's an unofficial food bank operating out of a dumpster. This is late-stage capitalism distilled into one dumpster behind one McDonald's. And it's happening at 40,000 locations worldwide every single day. But there's one final layer to this, one fact that makes everything else make sense. The waste is designed into the business model. Here's the truth. McDonald's doesn't have a waste problem. They have a waste strategy. The system is designed to waste. It's intentional. It's calculated. It's part of how they make money. Think about it. Speed requires surplus. To serve customers in 60 seconds, food must be ready before they order. Surplus means some food won't sell. That's waste. But speed drives sales. More sales means more profit. The waste is worth it. Consistency requires strict standards. To ensure every burger tastes the same, you need tight quality control. Short holding times enforce that control. This creates waste, but consistency drives brand loyalty. Loyalty means repeat customers. The waste is worth it. Premium perception requires waste. If McDonald's served 20-minute-old burgers or 15-minute-old fries, quality would drop slightly. Customers might notice. The brand would suffer. Better to waste food than risk brand damage. The waste is worth it. Every piece of waste serves a purpose. It's not inefficiency. It's strategic sacrifice. McDonald's has optimized for profit. And in that optimization, waste is a feature, not a bug. They could reduce waste dramatically, but it would cost them more in lost sales than they'd save in food costs. So they keep wasting. The environmental damage, externalized cost, not their problem. The hungry people, not their customer base, not their problem. The employees watching food get trashed, replaceable, not their problem. The only metric that matters is profit, and waste is profitable. That's the reality. McDonald's will keep throwing away millions of pounds of food every year because changing the system would hurt the bottom line. They don't have a waste problem. They have a waste strategy. So here we are. McDonald's throws away 197 million pounds of food annually in the US alone. Worldwide, the numbers are even more obscene. Every day, thousands of burgers hit the trash, mountains of fries, countless nuggets, all because they're a few minutes past an arbitrary timer. The holding time system guarantees waste. The make-to-stock model amplifies it. The refusal to donate compounds it. The environmental impact makes it everyone's problem. And it's all by design, all calculated, all accepted as the cost of doing business the McDonald's way. This isn't about corporate ignorance. They know. They've studied it. They've chosen profit over waste reduction because in their spreadsheets, waste is cheaper than slower service. Throwing away food costs less than risking brand damage or customer dissatisfaction. The system works perfectly for shareholders, just not for workers, communities, hungry people, or the planet. Because the golden arches aren't just serving burgers. They're serving a business model where waste is a feature, hunger is someone else's problem, and the environment is an externalized cost. That's the truth behind the waste. And now you know. That timer that beeped at 2:47 p.m., it's still beeping right now. All day, every day, at every location. If this opened your eyes to what's really happening behind those golden arches, hit that like button and subscribe. We're exposing the systems that profit while everyone else pays the price. Now check out the video on your screen. We're breaking down another massive corporation's waste scandal that makes McDonald's look tame by comparison. You need to see this.